Welcome to Shalom World Podcast.
Hi kids!
Hi kids!
I'm Katie.
And I'm Koco.
And we're so excited to meet you!
Come and play
with Katie and Koco.
that's the way.
Get ready, let's go!
Flying through the air with Coco.
Telling stories with Katie.
You and I together, meeting my friends. Friends that help us every day.
Katie and Koco.
That help us every day.
Katie and Koco. Play and sing.
Pray and bring you and I, we do our thing. It's Katie and Coco.
Well, Coco, how do you remember our tongue twister from last time? Do you think you can do it all by yourself first? Come on, Coco. I know you can do it. Be brave.
Fine. I'll do it. I'll try.
Yay, that's the way. Now, kids, let's listen to Coco remember his tongue twister. Whenever you're ready, Coco.
All right. Lesser.
Yeah? Leather.
Leather.
Yeah?
Never.
Never? Weathered. Come on, you can do it. Lesser, leather, never. Weathered. Weather. Good job. Weather. Weather. Last one. Last word. You can do it, Coco. You can do it, Coco. You can do it, Coco. What's the last word?
Better.
Woo-hoo. Let's do it all together, yeah? Ready?
What?
Lesser. Leather. Never. Weathered. Weather. Better. Yay! Go, Coco. 3 cheers for Coco. Go, Coco. Go, Coco. Go, Coco.
Oh, thank you. I'll be here all week. I take autographs from 9 a.m. and photos from 11 a.m. It's been a pleasure.
Can I get mine now?
Of course. Anything for my best friend. I'll give you an autograph and a photo, and you can even have lunch with me. It's all for free.
Yes, this is the best day of my life. I'm like your biggest fan, Coco. Do you want to meet one of my friends as well?
Any friend of yours is a friend of mine. Oh, wait. Let me check my schedule. I think I can fit it in. Let's go!
Yeah, let's go! Story time!
Yeah! Katie, I'm super excited.
Me too, Coco. Are you excited, kids? We're going to hear about Saint Bernadette. Now, I can't be the only one who makes mistakes and does bad things, right? We all do. And even though we have to try all the time to be good and loving, it's only by asking for God's help that we will be able to be unstuck from our sin, our bad things, and be given a chance to live a life in real happiness and freedom. My friend Bernadette knew this especially well, and she gave her whole life to pray for the conversion of poor sinners, which is really the whole world, including you and me. Bernadette grew up in a small town in France called Lourdes. Have you guys ever heard of France?
I have, but it's so far away. I would never be able to fly there by myself.
I know, right? It's so far away. We need to take a plane to get there. Do you kids complain about things sometimes? Me too. But when we think about how Bernadette had to live, I'm sure you'll agree that she had a lot more to complain about than us. See, Bernadette's family was so poor, they lived in a house with only one room. It used to be a jail.
That's terrible. You know, I have a friend who lives in a small bird cage.
Oh no, Coco, I'm so sad to hear that. Anyway, one day when Bernadette was 14, her mother sent her with a sister and her friend to collect firewood in a grotto, which is a cave. And it was there that Bernadette had a most amazing experience that changed her whole life. While she was sitting down to take off her shoes to cross the river, she heard a great wind. Whoosh! Have you guys ever been in a big storm?
I have. One time, I got lost in a storm while I was flying.
You got lost in a storm? Oh no! I'm so glad you're back safe and sound now, aren't you guys? The wind that Bernadette heard, though, wasn't violent at all. In fact, the trees around her didn't even move.
They didn't move?
That's right. The only thing that moved was the rose bush across the river, which swayed gently back and forth in the wind. And looking above it, Bernadette was amazed to see a beautiful lady smiling at her. Our friend could not help being drawn to this shining lady with a white dress, with a blue veil, a blue sash, yellow roses on each of her feet, and golden rosary beads in her hands. Very soon, Bernadette found herself on her knees and pushing her own rosary beads through her fingers as she prayed. Do you guys know what the rosary is?
I know.
What is it, Coco?
It's a special prayer to Mary, the mother of Jesus. Katie, was Mary the lady that Bernadette saw?
Yeah, she was. Bernadette saw Our Lady, but she didn't know it at first. She only found out several weeks later. Mary had come to her to ask her to pray for the conversion of sinners. 18 times, Bernadette was visited by Our Lady in the same place. And despite being scolded by her parents, threatened to go to jail by the police, and made fun of not only throughout her town of Lourdes, but soon throughout the whole of France, the faithful girl continued to return to the grotto to be visited by Our Lady, as she had been asked.
Wow, Bernadette was very brave.
She was very brave, wasn't she, Coco? But the people didn't really quite know what to think of this. For the people who did believe her, it was amazing to think that a girl from one of the poorest towns in Lourdes could be chosen by God to be visited by the Queen of Heaven.
What a lucky girl.
She was lucky, Coco, but there were also many people who didn't believe her. They thought she was crazy and that she was telling lies. What did a poor, sick, uneducated girl know about anything about apparitions from heaven? She was lying, they told themselves. When Bernadette was questioned, she answered calmly and refused to say that she was making anything up. Well then, the unbelievers thought she must be doing it for attention. But the more people came to Lourdes to meet the lady, the more she became eager to hide away from the crowds and instead seek a place of prayer. Then the unbelievers thought she must be doing it for money. But unconcerned about her poverty, Bernadette would not accept any of the gifts that many people tried to offer her. Would you guys do anything just for money? When you're older and have a job, of course, you're earning money for food and other things to live. But Bernadette knew that she didn't need extra money to make her happy.
I don't need money. I just live in the tree and eat insects and worms given to me by God.
Yeah, God takes good care of us, doesn't he, Coco?
He sure does.
He sure does. Now, the only people that Bernadette wished to please was Jesus and his mother Mary. So she didn't want to be untruthful. And the only attention she longed for was again the attention of Jesus and Mary. And the only riches she wanted was the richness of God's love. Nothing else mattered. How could it, when Mary herself had promised her that she would not find happiness in this life, but in the next? Our little friend always looked forward to this never-ending happiness and did everything she could to deserve it. As for the unbelievers, though, they had another challenge. On one of the visits to the grotto, Bernadette was asked to wash herself in the spring and eat of the herb that grew there. But when she could see neither spring nor herb, she began to dig a small hole in the ground and to rub her face in the dirt as if to wash herself and then to eat the grass there. Well, this was the most ridiculous thing that Bernadette had done yet, or so they thought. Little did they know that the small hole which she had dug was soon going to be overflowing with water. Water with miraculous powers from heaven. How could the unbelievers explain when a woman who hadn't been able to move her arm for 2 years could dip it into the water and be healed? Or again, when a man a few days later came with a blind eye and washed it with the water and he could see again? Well, how could they explain the next miracle, or the next, or even the next?
Katie,
Yeah.
do you think if I broke a wing, I could get healed by the water too?
Well, maybe, but not everyone gets healed. It's up to God to decide who he heals, and he simply has other plans for the ones that don't get healed. Bernadette herself was very sick, and years later when she became a nun, her sickness got even worse, so she had to stay in bed all the time. How boring would that be? But when her sisters asked her, why didn't she just return to the spring and ask Mary to heal her? Bernadette answered them calmly and told them that the water wasn't meant for her. It was meant for others. Instead, she offered up her pain for the conversion of sinners, as Our Lady had asked her to do. Finally, after years of happy suffering, Bernadette was at last allowed to enter into the happiness she had been promised by Our Lady so long ago. As she died, Mary came to visit her one last time to take her up into heaven, where she still lives now with God and continues to pray for us. Thank you, Bernadette, for giving your life to God and for continuing to pray for us. Help us to love God as you did and to listen to the words of Mary, who asked us to pray for the conversion of sinners.
That was a cool story, Katie.
I'm glad you liked it. Is Saint Bernadette going to be your friend now?
I hope so, yeah.
I hope so too. Now, what do you reckon we do? What am I thinking?
No.
A tongue twister! Yeah! Let's go. I'll say it first, and then you repeat after me when I say. I thought a thought, but the thought I thought wasn't the thought I thought. Okay, now you can repeat when I say, okay? I thought a thought.
I thought.
Yeah, but the thought I thought
But the thought I thought
wasn't the thought I thought.
was it the thought I thought.
Awesome! Okay, Coco, what do you think about doing it yourself now that you were so good at doing it at the start?
I don't know, Katie.
Come on, Coco.
All right, I'll give it a go. The thought I thought wasn't the thought I thought.
Coco, I think you thought too much.
Ah,
Shall we try it all together then?
yeah.
Okay, ready? I thought, but the thought I thought wasn't the thought I thought. See you next time, kids.
See you next time, kids.
Don't forget Saint Bernadette.
Come and play,
Play with Katie and Coco.
that's the way.
Get ready, let's go.
Flying through the air with Coco.
Telling stories with Katie.
You and I together, meeting my friends. Friends that help us every day.
Katie and Coco.
That help us every day.
Katie and Coco. Play and sing.
Pray and bring you and I, we do our thing. It's Katie and Coco.
Shalom World Podcast is now available on all online platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, and others.